Witness Over Uganda is a charity and a free will work of God in Uganda with the sole purpose of extending love, care, and hope to orphans, destitute children, widows, and children who are homeless due to abandonment.
I love Jesus, of course I do.
It was God's grace to touch the hearts of people in Western world to give a helping hand, who would together give support to African children who suffer from the difficulties of everyday life. The story behind Witness Over Uganda is to give a hand up to children who have difficulties with school fees, shelter, and scholastic materials, assisting them to become professionals. In this way, they are able to compete for available jobs in the market, resulting in the ability to support themselves so they can break the dependence syndrome. According to Janice's vision, she just wanted to help the older boys, to push them up in their education, to finish up school so that they can cater for themselves. Janice, the vision bearer, had a great zeal and passionate desire to help children live a meaningful life. This woman of God, who was determined to show love, started looking for a possible way to give hope on personal level to a child across the world. Through internet, she came across Bulamu Children's Village and got connected to Uncle Joseph Lubega, the director, asking him whether she could help a child in the village. The vision started with one child, Samuel Okia, and she wondered if would be able to see him through without considering adding other children.
Let me say I was the first son of the family. So I talked to her and I told her about the situation that was going on at Bulamu Children's Village. First of all, she did commit herself to help me fully. She told me, do you have any other adult person I can talk to?
But due to God's calling on her life, she had to extend the love to other unsponsored children, and the family began to grow.
Do you want to know me? Oh yes. My name is Dorini. Oh yes. I love Jesus. Oh yes. Of course I do.
Witness Over Uganda seeks to bring transformation to the lives of all beneficiaries by providing the basic needs in life, which include education, shelter, feeding, clothing, and love. These young ones all have different family backgrounds, but God brought them together and formed a one strong family, living a happy life, sharing together and looking after one another. Samuel Okia. Sam is 25 years old and is now fulfilling his calling as a teacher and mentor to other young boys.
I joined university, and that was Usoga University. I did a diploma in education. So everything went on that. It was 2015 when I joined until 2017 when I graduated. She was there for me.
He lived at Bulamu Children's Village for 12 years because he had lost his parents and could not stay on his own.
The situation was not good at all. So through Facebook, I decided to contact Janice, a lady in Canada.
He was the first to receive a hand up from Janice, and the family grew. He asked if Janice could support his friend, Jeremiah, to finish school, and of course the answer was yes.
But before all that, she asked me about Jeremiah Mchivi. So I told her about Jeremiah Mchivi. That's when they got connected, and I think she started helping Jeremiah Mchivi.
Samuel faithfully took care of the finances for this family and made sure that everyone was taken care of. It is a big step to go from having someone else take care of you, stepping out into the world and making everything work in a reasonable manner.
I had to leave Bulamu Children's Village and go for further studies. I'd grown up and I couldn't live with the young children, so I had to leave Bulamu Children's Village. Go for further. We talked about it. she committed herself and said that she will help me in everything I need. That is good tuition, rent, food, and other things that came my way.
He oversees 2 of Juliet's boys who live with him full-time and they are in attendance at school. He mentors these 2 young boys and transformation can be seen in their lives.
We talked with Janice. There are boys that were not going to school. They were not getting their education just because of the financial problem. But I talked to Janice. Janice talked to other sponsors. So they decided to help those boys. And those boys are Joseph and Bernard.
They are staying at your place?
They are staying with me. They go to school. They feed well. They are staying with me. And there is a boy called Wembo Ashraf. He's also staying with me. He went through his high school. So he finished the O-level studies. So he's still staying with me.
He has been an awesome ambassador for Witness Over Uganda and also on the board of the orphanage in Uganda.
Actually, Janice, I cannot thank you enough. You've been there for me. You've covered the gap that was there. The gap that was meant to be for my parents, my biological parents. You've been there for me. You've paid my school fees. Till now, whenever I have something, a big problem that I cannot handle, I go to you, I write to you, you respond positively. I want to thank God for that. I want to thank your niece for being a very good pipe of blessing to me. She has helped me so much. There are big things that even I cannot talk about, but you've been there for me. I thank God for Janice.
Jeremiah Muchibi. This gentleman met Janice in 2004 when he was living at Bulamu village. Every child who did not have a sponsor had to find a way through to get school fees. We came to be friends in 2012. That was from Bulamu. I came to know her on Facebook after she had got her first son, Samuel Okia. After Janice started assisting Sam and things were going well, Samuel asked if Mom Janice could help his friend Jeremiah. And this is the reason why Jeremiah is part of the family.
She asked me about Jeremiah Mchibi. So I told her about Jeremiah Mchibi. That's when they got connected, and I think she started helping Jeremiah Mchibi.
God has directed and chosen the ones to join together as a family. He was still in high school by then, studying the same class with Samuel Okia, and they were sharing life's difficulties together. Through the sponsorship of Janice, he was able to complete his high school level and joined the university program in 2015 at Nkumba University. She started sponsoring me in my high school. My education, it went well since senior 1 to senior 6. Then I finished my senior 6. I started the university. It was here that he completed a bachelor's degree in journalism in 2018 and then joined Tarzan Media Concept in Kampala, working to support himself and also to give a hand up to others. All along the way, Janice has been able to support everything in line with his professional needs, as well as also assisting with rent, food, medication, and other necessities. Janice, she's a good mother, not only in sponsoring school fees, but she supports us spiritually. She always encourages us in different things. And now I'm what I am because of Janice. Jeremiah has the responsibility built in by Janice to care for others as a family. He assists Juliet's children, transporting them back and forth between school and their prospective homes during school break. Them to school and bringing them back to Lucy's place, even taking them to their mommy's place, because we always take them back to take a visit. He also oversees the schooling and the responsibilities for Dorcas, and Esther. Since this documentary work has been under his professional expertise, he took the responsibility, with the support of Janice, to collect everyone's information within the family to come up with this beautiful piece. Fortunately, I'm behind the scenes of this documentary. I'm the one making videotaping and also editing work. Jeremiah hopes to give back to God by reaching out to others who may need hand up in life. Dorcas Nachimera. Dorcas is 18 years old. She connected with Janice in 2012 and became part of the family.
I met Janice when I was in senior 1, but I don't recall the year very well. And from there, she started sponsoring me. She paid my school fees and she's still paying them.
She had the same story while at Bulamu Children's Village and had difficulties paying for school fees and other scholastic materials.
In medication and other stuffs. Right now I'm in secondary school and it's called Mount Zion High School in Teve.
When Janice came into her life, everything changed and she was able to continue with education with the support of monthly feeding and medication. After finishing her secondary level, she will be able to join a university institution where she will be getting skills in catering and hotel management to compete on the job market.
These are some of my friends at school and they are having exams right now and they are reading.
She's willing and hopes to give a hand to others who pass through difficult times because Dorcas experienced these same things before her transformation. Lou says she's 25 years old and connected with Janice through Bulamu Children's Village.
Before I got to know Janice, my mom, I was down. We had a lot of challenges. We needed sponsorship and it was hard. It was hard getting one.
She entered the village in 2009 at the age of 11 years old, so she would have a safe place to grow up. The family situation was a difficult one. Lucy's brother took her to Bulamu, where she would be looked after.
I really needed school fees, and by surprise, I got to meet this lady on Facebook. We talked, we chatted, and my first gift he gave me was a birthday.
Wow.
You attended the birthday?
Yeah, I did attend.
Yeah.
It was in 2012, I remember.
It was very nice. Today is my birthday. Okay, I'm so happy today is my birthday. It is a big day for me. It is a surprise from our mom. She's called Janice. She has just given me a very big surprise and I thank her so much. I'm very proud of her. Can we give her a hand clap?
She's part of worship team at her church where she plays the piano. She's always filled with joy and works hard to make life easier for those who are part of the household. Lucy watches over Witness and sees that she gets the proper nutrition, medical attention and schooling. Witness's mom was unable to care for her little girl and Lucy has become a surrogate mom for her. Also watches over Juliet's 3 girls when they are off from school break, takes care of visitation days, getting school materials and handling everyday life while still keeping the children in touch with their parents.
I like to learn. I like to play netball.
Lucy and Sharon also give a home to Dorcas and Esther when they are off on school break. Esther Mukisa. Esther is 18 years old. She connected with Janice through Samuel Okia at Bulamu Children's Village at a time when there were no enough funds for non-sponsored children to continue with education.
I met Janice when I was still at Bulamu Children's Village in 2015. She helps me in terms of paying my school fees.
Esther joined Bulamu Children's Village after losing her parents. She was staying with her grandmother who was unable to work sustain their needs. When Janice listened to her story, she was touched and Esther was added to the family. She finished her high school and now in 2-year program for fashion and designing with 1 year left to become fully skilled in her profession where she will be able to sustain her life.
I completed my senior 4, so I decided to join a course in that I gained many skills in fashion and design, and I want to become a great fashionista. I'm studying from here. The school is called YMCA.
Ashraf Wembo is 19 years old and is now currently waiting to enter electrician program. Decided that he wants a skill to help ensure his chances of procuring an income to support himself.
Studying because I had some difficulty in my education and I was totally down. By now I'm studying and I've just completed my O-level and I'm willing to continue with my A-level, and that is mercy from God.
He lived in Bulamu for 9 years. After losing his parents, it was during his stay at Bulamu that he connected with Janice. Ashraf attended boarding school and is now waiting for the next chapter for his life. He's a dedicated student who loves to study scripture and has a desire to be successful in life. He's part of Witness of a Uganda family and lives with Sam during school holidays.
I didn't know that I can meet Janice, but it's God's mercy. Thank you, Janice, for all the support you give us, because I'm living a good life, I'm living in a good house, but at my level that I couldn't even. And thank you for everything. Thank you for school fees. Thank you for the care you give to all of us. Thank you.
Sharon Inanduga. Sharon is 25 years old, teaches Shama's preschool. She was introduced to Witness over Uganda by Miss Lucy because she had welcomed into her home after finishing her schooling in Bram Children's Village.
I'm a teacher. I teach at Shama's preschool, and I got to know Janice through Lucy, and that was 2012. Yes, Janice has been a blessing to me. She has been a lovely mom, a counselor. She has been a lot to me.
She is caretaker in Witness over Uganda. Sharon works going out into the villages and teaching the young ones, doing workshop, encouraging children to dream big. Mark Danton was introduced to Janice through Samuel Okia in 2007 after losing his sponsor who had supported him while still at Bulamu village. Sam informed Janice about Mark's life situation, which touched her. She felt God was directing her to give a hand towards his education since he had lost his sponsorship in the middle of the academic term.
I met Janice in 2016 and she started sponsoring me in 2017. Because of my sponsors who were sponsoring me at first got bankrupt.
At first, he thought that it would be a one-time assist, but Janice decided to take care of his full education from high school to university level. God willing, because she never wanted to leave someone far away through their education. Through the full support provided by Janice, is now pursuing a bachelor's degree in tourism operations management at Nkumba University. Soon, he will be graduating and contributing to Janice's vision of being able to support himself and also support others after getting a job. Mark does his practicum with Bulamu Safaris and also hopes to start up his own business of having an Airbnb outlet which will cater for tourists coming in Uganda. He's trying very hard to build skills that will enable him to be a great asset to any company. He thanks Janice for not only helping him with tuition, but also encouraging and praying for a bright future for him.
Mom Janice is, for her, she's so different. Though she gives us tuition, or she sponsors us in many ways, but also she encourages us spiritually. You know, most of us, we need to be spiritually guided, spiritually. And even she gives us other knowledge which helps us to pass through this kind of life.
Juliet's family. This is a family of 11 people, including Juliet, the mother, and Charles, the father, along with their 9 children. The family was introduced to Samuel Okia, who quickly made a mention of their need for a hand up in life. Juliet and her husband had difficulties supporting their family because they had no job. Charles suffered from medical issues, and so life looked pretty hopeless at times. They lived in a slum area with poor housing and the floor was dark. The living conditions were terrible for them to stay with their children, but it was considered normal since they had to survive and find possible ways of feeding the children. The older boys had joined groups in the village where they could go together to find street jobs like fetching water so they could earn a living. Landlords in Uganda do not want to rent a family with this many children, so eventually 5 of the children were sent to Bulamu Children's Village where they stay during school semesters. Juliet operates a small business selling fruits, vegetables and charcoal, but is unable to earn enough to support the family.
Nga ekintu kino nkifunyeemu nnyo okukifunamu okubyemu abaana bange okusoma era n'okumpa ka bizinesi kenfunye era nfunamu akatonotono akanyamba n'abaana bange era nsobola okubeera nti kati wano wenyimiridde ebizinesi nkyagenda nayo mu maaso lwansonga nti kulw'okuba nti emabegako awo ndwaddemu neddirira era ne we nali nkolera ne mmala nenvaawo era nensigala nti bizinesi yange ekyagenda mu maaso ogikola.
Charles is now able to work when he can find a small job. They are able to feed themselves along with the 2 young boys and pay their rent. Life has stabilized for them and they are now smiling. Juliet and Charles would spend sleepless nights with no food and there was no hope for the education of their children. When we first met the family, we never saw smiles on their faces. When they became part of Witness of a Uganda family, their children were taken to school and got a new home where they could live safely. Thanks goes to Plexus team in Vernon, BC, for letting this enter into school, giving them the hope for a better future. The sponsors are providing the necessary requirements to house, feed, and educate the children. Now we see children healthy, happy, and being transformed through the love of their sponsors. Thanks goes out to God because He has a great plan for all these young people. He has made a way for all the basic needs to be covered and even some extras at times, and gives hope to all these young people. He has given each one of them a miracle in their lives. Witness Kalunji. Witness is a beautiful young girl, aged 5 years. She's in top class, lived at Shamas Primary School.
What's your name? What do you want to be in future? Want to be a doctor? Wow, that's good.
She's from Kasese district, Western Uganda, and she was introduced to the family by Samuel Okia, who visited her village.
I had a connection somewhere in Western Uganda, in a district called the Uganda district. We went there, we had gone there it was a conference, so I had to go there. We found a girl who was sick, suffering from HIV/AIDS.
Witness was born HIV positive, and there was no hope that her parents could take care of her and the special needs required. Sam was asked to take her home and take care of her, but this is not allowed in Uganda. So, when Lucy was asked to fill in the care for witness, she gladly did so.
So I took witness from the village, even a district. I brought her to Kampala. She started staying with Lucy, who is part of the family.
Thanks to Adria Porter for giving in into the life of this precious little girl.
What's the name of your mommy? Mommy Porter. Okay.
Samuel Mugisha. Sam is the brother of witness Kalungi. He was born on 19th of May 2015. He lives with the mother, Carol, in eastern Uganda. Sam does not join in family activities as he's too far away in a distance. But Samuel Kia does stay in touch with him and reports his progress. It is good to stay in touch with family members when we can. It helps witness to have contact with her mom. Christopher Lukoya. Christopher is 24 years old and spent his former years in Ibulamu Children's Village. He already left the village when connected with Mom Janice. He had a health issue and reached out for assistance with medical expenses so he could get well and find employment.
I think I met Mama Janice in 2000, by the end of 2016. In between 2016, I think half of 2016, that's where I met you, and it's been a very good journey since we met.
He had been living with a friend but moved with his older brother in Entebbe. The situation did not work out well, so Christopher moved out on his own after finding a job. He was so happy to be able to pay his own rent. Unfortunately, the job came to an end after the death of his boss, and the new owners required him to have proper credentials to do the work.
My boss got cancer, so the boss died, and after his death, the new boss wanted us all to have papers of education so that we can have permanent jobs, of which I didn't have those papers, so I had to quit the job. But thank God, during that time, that's when I met Mama Janice. So from there, it's been an amazing journey.
It was at this time that Christopher introduced his friend, Tracy, to witness over Uganda, and a place was supplied for both of them to live and be safe. Christopher is now studying to get his degree in education at Nkumba University.
I joined campus and decided to go for a bachelor's degree in education with secondary. So now I'm pursuing my degree in education with secondary education. So by next year in November, December, I think I'll be getting done with my degree. So I really want to thank you because you've been there for me.
He hopes to find a position as a teacher when he finishes the program, but would eventually like to have his own business. Tracy Nakuya. Tracy connected to Janice through Christopher at the death of her grandmother, who was a guardian. She had nowhere to go and the conditions were unsafe, and Tracy spent a lot of time to her church.
I'm called Nakuya Tracy. I found Mom Janice last year, but one. Thank you, Mom Janice, for supporting me.
Janice helps her with rent, while Tracy studies baking, where she will get skills and start up her own business.
She has paid me fees for learning this stuff, learning things like cakes, cookies, bread making.
She greatly thanks Janice for providing her with a net and also teaching Tracy how to fish rather than just giving her a fish.
If God wishes and I learn these things, I'm willing to help others. Thanks so much, Mom Janice. May God bless you.
Ezlon Lukwago. Ezlon lives in Kampala. He connected with Grammy Janice when he was living on street. He had hopes for higher education and applied to various schools for scholarships. He was granted a soccer scholarship but had no permanent home to live. Janice connected him with a sponsor who is now paying his tuition to pursue a degree in business administration at Advanced University.
I thank the Lord who gave me such an opportunity to get a sponsor. Has loved me so much, and I'm very happy. My life is not the same as before. Right now, I feel happy. I have where to sleep. I have what to eat. I'm better in what to wear. I love what I'm doing, and I hope in a few years from now, I will be a better person.
His future is bright because he will have the necessary education to ensure employment and achieve his dreams. He has a big vision of helping less fortunate children and is taking the necessary steps, creating a charity organization to extend God's love to others.
I have a heart of helping others because it is the only way we can do for the Lord and do better for one another.
Hezron has been busy learning how to grow food to feed the village so that when the time comes, he can feed the hungry children with food. Mamster sent seeds and garden equipment to encourage him learn about gardening and be able to feed the children at a later time. He showed amazing skills in finding land, encouraging people to help with the whole gardening process, and overseeing this project. People in the village grew an amazing garden. He is a welcoming condition to the witness of a Uganda family. He is supported by Star Campbell, who has offered an amazing amount of wisdom and information so he can move ahead with his dreams when finishes his schooling. The latest project Hezron worked on was to build a big sty and raise pigs. He did it one step at a time, and although it was not fully finished, he has started the process and is raising the pigs. Hezron is learning how to feed a large number of children by putting his skills to use and growing the food himself with the help of the people in the village.
My sponsors, wherever you are, Mom Star, Daddy Brian, and Sister Susan, I love you so much, and I'll never disappoint you in what I'm doing. I know you have much hope in me, and I'll try my level best to do whatever I can such that I can be the person you want me to be in a few years from now. In the name of our Lord Jesus, I thank you, and I pray for more blessings whenever you are. May we live longer and longer such that we can see the fruits of the seeds you have sowed in me.
You caused me to smile again. Now
Thanks goes out to Janice for holding all this through her hands. Rinda Price and grandchildren Mia and Dan for showing into the life of Goretti.
I thank my sponsor, Mami Rinda, for sponsoring me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
To Diane and Jack Block for giving a hand up to Doreen.
can you imagine? Na, 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 na.
To Hanny-Marie Cabreos for her hand up to Rita. To Calvin Carr for showing a caring heart towards Joseph. And at times, shipping in for Patrick. To Susan Loth Fetchner for her generous support of Stephen, and to those who have helped along the way to see this transformation take place in the family. Thanks goes out to Randy Osborne, Tala Price, Travis Froome, Nadia Howick, Lande Froome, and Alan Woolcox, who have all played a part in helping this family rise above the horrendous situation they were experiencing. Also, great thanks goes to Ambassador Samuel Okia, Jeremiah Mchibi, Lucena Lunga, Mark Danton, and Hezron in Uganda, who are entrusted with responsibilities to take care of the young ones and Juliet's boys.